Okay, in front of me is the 2025 Lincoln Navigator, and in front of that is Scott and Randy. Scott is the chief engineer and Randy is the brand manager, and both of them are going to tell me about the new Navigator. Now, we recently had the launch of the Ford Expedition. Obviously, the Navigator has some similarities to the Expedition, but Scott, where would you say the Navigator stands out compared to the Expedition?
Yeah, I think really where we differentiate ourselves is when we lean into the customer comfort on the interior. We really are grounded with the Lincoln digital experience, and you can see that in the 48-inch panoramic display that is all-encompassing within the instrument panel. And really, from there, we've pulled luxury all the way to the third row seat. So we've got our heated massage seats that lean into our first introduction of Rejuvenate, which Randy's going to talk a little bit about. But we've also, in the second row, for the first time, true first row comfort within the second row with our second row power tailored seats.
Interesting.
So what that is really a no compromise approach to comfort in the second row. It's got all of our comfort contours, just that genuine first row seat, heated, ventilated, massage, and then we've actually added one touch access to the third row. So with the touch of a button, this infinitely comfortable seat allows an occupant to get into the third row. One touch, it goes back and returns itself effortlessly. And again, that pulling the comfort and the convenience all the way to the third row, we've added heated third row seats, and then really split the third row seat up into a 40, 20%, and a 40. So
Okay.
that's fold down center has really given us flexibility of cargo, but even more than that, it gives the customer a feel of captain chairs in the third row. You know, that second or third row seat back, really feeling like a genuine armrest on the inboard, creating some separation between those two third row occupants.
And I was all ready for you to say, oh, we have 20% more padding here, and our insulation is here, and then our shock absorbers are tuned with 10% less force in this area. But no, we went right to the interior, and I feel that that's an excellent segue for you, Randy. I mean, from your point of view, how would you separate the Navigator from the Expedition?
It definitely is our interior sanctuaries and our experiences. So as Scott had mentioned, one of my most favorite experiences that we offer on Navigator is Rejuvenate. So Rejuvenate is our spa on wheels, taking Sanctuary to the next level, combining scent, sound, sight, and touch in order to first relax you and then reinvigorate you so you're ready to take on whatever comes next in your day.
Okay.
So we have 3 themes that you can experience. Calm Meditation Waterfall is the one that is my favorite, and you can do a 5-minute or a 10-minute experience.
Wow. Okay. Well, I'm excited to learn more about the interior since you both introduced it so much. But before we do that, is there anything about the exterior that we should learn? What size wheels are we looking at to start?
So we're looking at the 24s.
Wow.
Yep, and we've got...
So I thought GM was alone because I saw 24-inch wheels on the Silverado EV and on the new Tahoe. But here you guys go matching it. These things are insane. So from a vehicle dynamics perspective, how do you tune around 24-inch wheels?
Yeah, a little bit of what we've done there is we've got 100% CCD shocks, so continuous controlled damping. We've also spent quite a bit of time on the architecture on the third row, on the rear suspension.
Okay.
So really tuning the overall kinematics. We've been able to really improve on the overall ride and the isolation within the interior. We've spent quite a bit of time on the NVH. So we've reduced the overall noise level, and the ability to talk between the first row and the third row has improved dramatically over the outgoing product. So from a ride perspective, between the CCD and all the work on overall tuning, not only have we introduced the 24s, but we've improved on the current production Navigator ride quality pretty dramatically.
Wow. And Randy, this is probably an easier question for you. The 24s, they look nice on the car. They fill the wheel well nicely. Is there anything more to say from your point of view on having 24-inch wheels?
So the only other piece is that we offer 3 of them. So not only do you have this optional 24, but there's 2 other choices. They're paired with packages. So we have Black Label Special Edition that takes this wheel and blacks it out, so a very sexy, sleek, cool look. And then we have our atmospheric black label theme that comes with a 24-inch wheel, and it's got some radiant copper accents. So we really worked hard to find ways that you can customize and personalize your vehicle in a cool, fun way.
So for us old school folk that don't understand CCD and all these other things, you still want some sidewall. What's the smallest wheel you can get on a Navigator these days?
22s.
22s is the smallest. Oh, okay. I figured it would start with a 2, but I was hoping for 20s. Wow, it looks good. Do not get me wrong. It's just, I have a hard time getting my head around this much weight in this little sidewall.
Well, to that point, I mean, when we talk about overall capability, one of the things we're really proud of is we've actually gone to 7,000 pounds load carrying tow capability. So that's up 1,000 from carryover.
Okay.
And that is without any of the anti-sway bars. With the anti-sway bars, it's actually 8,700.
Wow.
So absolutely zero compromise in capability and actually taking steps above and beyond. So.
Wow. Okay. Well, one other thing I noticed, you guys have the tailgate open and stuff here. So what's going on right here?
So this is our all new Lincoln split gate. So it's paired with our cargo management system.
So it's 3/4, sorry to interrupt. It's 3/4 lifting up, and then we have this tailgate of sorts down here.
Yes, and you can customize how you want the tailgate to open. So it can open just the top 3/4 or both the top 3/4 and bottom 3/4.
Oh, I see.
Quarter.
I see. Okay, interesting. And then is this table an accessory, or is this part of the Navigator somehow?
It's a dealer installed accessory, so you can make it not only a table, so this is more of a gathering space, truly using the split gate and the tailgate area versus just having it as a loading and unloading zone. You can also drop this down and make it a backrest. So if you're golfing late at night, want to change your shoes, you can hop up here. There's some lights.
I see. Okay.
And you can also then flip it back over here, and it can be like extra storage on top or covered storage if you want to hide something underneath. But
yeah. Wow. And then does the Navigator seat 7 across the board, or are there any 8-passenger options for the Lincoln?
on reserve, you can opt for a bench. So that would be your 8-person option.
Okay. Okay, great. Well, you guys have talked so much about the interior. Let's check that out. All right, so I'm actually going to be in the second row, and I'm noticing we got motorized running boards right here. Plenty of adjustments for the seats. And look at these seats. Good heavens. Yeah, not messing around here. They got lots of upper bolstering, lower bolstering, plenty of adjustment, and obviously a lot of padding as well. We've also got rear seat entertainment, and then this nice tray of all sorts of options right there. And look, an engineer and a marketing manager in the front seat. How about that? Okay, so Scott and Randy. Randy is in the driver's seat, Scott in the passenger seat. Now, I have seen this 48-inch display before in the Nautilus, and it's interesting to see that in the Navigator, it's not actually pillar to pillar, even though it's the same widescreen. So it just shows you how much wider the Navigator is than the Nautilus. That's interesting. But it looks like you guys have speaker boxes on either end to fill that space. And then is that a big center speaker up there as well?
It is.
Okay.
So that's a part of our Revel Ultima 100% take, and it's the bookshelf speaker. So one of the things we really set out to do was to frame the big screen TV. So give you that home audio look and feel, and we've really spent a lot of time doing the overall tuning on the 28 speaker system, and really proud of the outcome of that. And a big part of that is the placement and the overall work that went into the packaging of the bookshelf speakers there.
Very good. And is it the same as the Nautilus? 48-inch screen up top, and then an 11.1-inch screen down low. That is the center display right there?
Yes.
Okay. And then I'm also noticing, Randy, we've got a very similar, if not the same, oval-shaped steering wheel as well. Looks like we have the sensor for Blue Cruise as well. And then we've got a distinctly different looking lower center console here with what looks like individual trays. Oh, I see. Interesting. So cup holders on one side, and that's a wireless smart charging on the other?
Yep. And,
okay.
And we've also added one to the second row console.
Oh, wow.
Open here. So we've got
our
wireless charging there as well.
Okay. And then I'm looking at the second row. I have seat massage in the second row, and I'm assuming you guys also have that up front.
Massage, heat, ventilation. You also have control over the passenger seat. Our chauffeur switch allows you to move this forward, giving even more control to the second row occupant.
Okay.
And another cool fun thing in the second row that I love, because I always have tons of stuff, is this storage, hidden storage.
Oh,
You want to hide
fantastic.
a purse in there. You want to hide your headphones or gaming console for your rear seat entertainment.
I see. Okay. It's hard to do from this angle, but that's very clever. Yeah, okay, that's a nice use of the space. But Randy, we've been teasing it this whole video. So what is Rejuvenate?
Yes, so Rejuvenate is our multi-sensory experience, our spa on wheels. So you've got 3 themes that you can choose from. The one I spoke about earlier, the calm waterfall meditation, my personal favorite. You can do a 5-minute or a 10-minute experience. You do have to have the vehicle powered on and in park. So unfortunately, we are not able to demo that today, but it starts by like warming the cabin a little bit to relax you. Your seat reclines. The massagers start going. You have some nice, smooth, like low music, and digital scent starts to come out.
Well, I'm noticing the 48-inch screen is definitely displaying waterfalls.
Yes.
So there's the visual part of it, certainly.
Yes.
And I know that the Nautilus had odor canisters to spray scents. Is that part of this as well?
Yes, so we do have digital scent, similar to Nautilus. You get the 3 standard scents that arrive in your vehicle, but there's 7 total. So you have the option to get additional scents if you would like.
So, and then it's seat massager, the visual experience, the scents, and then you guys warm the cabin up as well. And then the audio, that plays for 5 or 10 minutes, is that the point?
Correct, yep. And then about halfway through the experience, your seat comes up slightly, the visuals get a little bit more exciting, the cabin temperature cools a little bit, so it's meant to like wake you up and revitalize you after you just had this nice, relaxing experience.
I see. So the seats recline and everything. The whole point is to, I see. So the purpose is to kind of like give you just a few minutes of privacy in your car, effectively.
Yes, so you get these couple minutes to kind of relax, recharge, get your mind right and ready for the day so that you're ready to pick up those kids from school after a long day at work. You get those couple minutes to yourself.
And is this exclusively for the driver, or is Rejuvenate for both front passengers, second row involved? Like how extensive does this go?
So the orchestrated experience with the seat moving back and turning on the massage and heating is just on the driver's side. However, the passenger, if there is a passenger, is able to move their seat, turn on their massagers, and adjust it as well, so they can do the experience with you.
Wow. Okay, that's really interesting. Beyond Rejuvenate, what else should we learn about this new Navigator?
Yeah, the other key feature as we built on the Lincoln Digital Experience platform is pano mode. So when you're parked, again, waiting for those kids to come out of sports or just taking some time to yourself, you can actually use apps like YouTube and project them onto the panoramic screen.
Oh, really?
So when you're in that stationary moment, when you're in park, you can do that projection. You can watch your event, your video, and you have the opportunity to move it between the driver's side and the passenger side as you're watching that YouTube event.
And that's different from the Nautilus, I believe, correct? I don't remember the Nautilus having that feature, at least for 2024.
Yeah, the Navigator is the first introduction of both Rejuvenate as well as the pano mode.
Very, very good. Okay. And then the second row, very, very elaborate as well. And then I have this nice little control panel right here, and that is both heated and ventilated seats on top of all the different controls. And we have this nice big panoramic roof as well. But is there anything more to talk about this third row? You said it is heated.
Yep, we've got heated, and you can really see.
Turn my lights on.
You can really see what I was mentioning when we talk about the center position folding down.
Yes.
And it really gives you that captain's chair, that center armrest. You know, a little bit of separation between the two folks sitting in that third row without losing the functionality of the cargo flexibility. It also gives you direct access to the cargo in the behind the third row. Reach back, grab that sandwich out of the cooler, whatever it is, and that overall flexibility is really enhanced with that split 40-20-40 in the third row.
Wow. Okay. So, Randy, for the Nautilus, it was effectively 3 trims. how are you breaking up the Navigator? Is it going to have several trims, or is it going to be only 2 or 3 as well?
So we have 2. So you start with Reserve, and then you can step up to Black Label. So we're actually sitting in one of our all new themes for this year, Enlighten. So this is our Black Label Enlighten theme. And then Reserve has 3 interior choice options, as well as Jet Package. So new for this year is we brought Jet Package to Navigator. So that's a blackout package with an all black interior. Very sexy look.
And as you're talking to me, I'm actually getting a massage in the second row. Okay, I mean, this is a good way to interview. When is the Navigator going to be available, and how much should people expect to pay for it?
So starting price is $99,995, and it will start arriving in dealerships spring.
Okay, wow. And what is going to power the Navigator?
So we've got our tried and true 3.5 liter twin turbo.
The EcoBoost.
The EcoBoost. With the 440 horsepower, 510 pound-feet, you know, just that we've got a lot of history with this engine, and really proud of what we've done here. And I think that our customers have consistently given us great feedback on that.
And is it a 10-speed automatic transmission? 10-speed automatic transmission. And is the Navigator standard all-wheel drive, or are there rear-wheel drive options?
Standard all-wheel.
Standard all-wheel drive. So we have standard all-wheel drive.
Yep.
One engine, one transmission, 440 horsepower, 510 pound-feet of torque, and massages galore. And then when you go Black Label, when you go all in, you're getting well into the 6 figures, I suppose.
Yes.
Okay. Well, Randy, Scott, thank you so much for this nice, elaborate, and I have to say comfortable tour of the 2025 Lincoln Navigator.